Okay.
Thank you.
Before we go on, I do have somebody signed up to speak that I'd like to get up here, and then we'll go back. Pam Smith.
Good morning, supervisors. My name is Pamela Smith with Bullhead City. First of all, Supervisor Bishop, thank you for asking that question, because that is one that has been in my mind. Supervisor Gould, that was another question. Who signed off on this? If the county signed off on it, got some problems for 3 years. However,
6 years.
Okay, 3 years that I'm aware of. My husband and I are one of the ones that did the FOIA request. The reason we did the FOIA request was because we were seeing on social media people talking about this outlandish travel reimbursement, mileage reimbursement. People were telling us face to face, but nobody had the proof. And that happens quite a lot. People talk and they don't know what they're saying. So we asked for this information so we could see if it was true. Unfortunately, it was true that Supervisor Gould's assistant, who is also the leader of the GOP in Bullhead City, was being reimbursed to commute to and from work, which IRS doesn't allow. The county was in a travel freeze, and yet we were reimbursing $600-700 a month to somebody to commute back and forth to work. That just seems a little absurd. In the private sector, if your employer overpaid you by error, regardless of theirs or yours, you pay it back. And I just don't think it's right that taxpayers should pay not only the $30-something thousand that was reimbursed inappropriately, but then an additional $30,000 to $40,000 to pay taxes, fees, fines, and give them a boost in their pay so they can pay their back taxes. Doesn't sound right to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
For 6 years, finance told my two assistants that this was a reimbursement. Now we've found out that this is a taxable fringe benefit.
Doesn't sound right to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
It's not fair to go back and tell them to pay the taxes on that at this point. It was the county's mistake. It wasn't the employee's mistake. It wasn't my assistant's mistake. It wasn't Judge Williams' mistake. It was the county's mistake.
Doesn't sound right to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
There was no violation of the county policy by these employees.
Doesn't sound right to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
At the same time, we also believe that the county should pay for these because the employees were not at fault of this. They were following the county policy.
Doesn't sound right to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
And just to be clear, this is an incredibly unique situation that really only applies to a very small, minute number of people, specifically 2 people.
It wasn't the employee's mistake. It wasn't my assistant's mistake. It wasn't Judge Williams' mistake. It was the county's mistake.
Doesn't sound right to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Where they have offices, where they have a main office, but then they also travel to another location. If it's temporary, then the county would be paying the reimbursement. But here, was it temporary or not? It was not clear from the policy. So that's, again, why we asked to update the policy.
Doesn't sound right to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
And so that's why we're recommending that the county pay for those things, because the policy was not consistent with what the IRS policy is. And so that's the position we've taken on this.
Doesn't sound right to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.